Hi everybody, thank you for joining me for another virtual Pilates class. This is about a 45-minute mat workout, full body, a lot of focus on core and glutes. I hope you enjoy this workout and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more. Started on our backs with our knees bent, our feet are flat, and our head just resting on a pillow, cushion, whatever you have. And then from here, we're just going to take a deep inhale through our nose, allowing our belly to rise. And then exhaling all of that air out. So taking another deep inhale through the nose, letting that belly rise. And exhale. I like to place a hand on my belly and then a hand on my chest, keeping the hand on the chest quiet and seeing that hand on the belly lower and rise. You can keep your eyes shut or keep them open. And then from here, we're going to take our hands by our side. Palms facing our hips. We're going to arc our arms up towards the ceiling and back behind our head. And then arc them back up towards the ceiling and down by your side. Deep inhale through the nose as they arc up and back. Exhaling as they come back down by your side. Deep inhale up, nice and slow. And exhale back down. Warming up the shoulders. 2 more each way. Inhale up and back. Exhale down by our hips. Last one here. Inhale up and back. Exhale down by our sides. And then our hands are going to come out to a T. Our knees are still bent, our feet are still flat. You can keep them hip width apart or take them a little wider if you wish. We're going to stay nice and heavy through our upper back and allow our body to roll across our pelvis and allow our knees to drop to one side, nice and controlled though. And then we're going to roll across our pelvis, knees come back to center. And then we roll across our pelvis, knees fall the other direction. And you're in control of how far into the range of motion you want to go. You can just do a little roll to one side, or you can go a little further if that's comfortable for you. And you could take a deep inhale as you roll across your pelvis and allow your knees to fall one way. And exhale back to center. Rolling across that pelvis, knees drop left, or if you're dropping them right, you're going to look the opposite way. So I'm looking right, and then my knees and my gaze come back to center. So you roll across your pelvis, knees drop one way, gaze looks the other way, you turn that head, and then both your gaze and your knees come back to center. If the head nod or the rotation of the neck doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can just go back to the regular hip sway. We'll do 2 more each side. Inhale as you roll and look. Exhale, center. Last couple here. 1 more each side. Last one here. And then knees come back to center. And then from here, we're going to bring our hands facing the ceiling. Again, nice and heavy through that pelvis. Hip bones are level, heavy through the feet. Hands clasped together. You're going to roll across your shoulder blades, keeping your elbows straight and your hands together. So don't let your hands slide along each other. Make sure they stay glued together. And it's not a huge movement. You might just have a little rotation here. Trying to keep your hips heavy, so don't let your hips peel. Good, and keep going here. You can inhale as you roll across the shoulder blades, and you can exhale back to center. Two more each side. One more each side. last one here. And then hands come back down to your sides. From here, we're going to go into pelvic tilt. So I want everyone to think about their tailbone. I want you to be nice and heavy through your ribs. And then hip bones are level. From here, you're going to tip that tailbone towards the floor, creating a bigger space in your low back. And then curl that tailbone towards your face, flattening the back against the mat. So you inhale as you tip. You exhale as you curl, thinking about bringing pelvis closer to ribs as you curl. Try not to squeeze your glutes as you bring the abdominals up. So little tip, inhale through your nose. Exhale, little curl, abdominals, draw belly button up. Glutes, stay nice and quiet. Again, this is one where you can kind of decide, like, if this is comfortable for you, into the full range of motion. If you just want to keep it small. If one direction is bothersome, then you can maybe just leave that one out and do the other. Couple more here. Level, small space in that low back. Ribs are heavy. We're going to straighten out both legs actually from here. So still that tiny, tiny space in your low back. You don't want your back totally flat. Drawing in abdominals, hands by your side, wide across those chests. You're just going to bring your leg up, so straight leg raise. The goal here is that your hips stay nice and level, so lots of abdominal contractions to keep your hips level as one leg raises and the other one raises. It's a lot harder than you think. And just bring your leg as high as you feel comfortable. That'll be different for all of us. You'll notice if your core isn't engaged, you might get a little drooping in the pelvis. And then again, hands by your side for support. You can take them off the mat if you want less support to make it more challenging. Again, drawing belly button down and up, tightening belt line. Inhaling as the leg rises, exhaling as you lower. If you're breathing in another way, just keep going with that, that's fine. Awesome job. Let's do 2 more each side. Last one each side. Awesome job. And then we're going to bring our knees to bend. Feet are about hip width apart. Again, heavy through your pelvis, wide across your chest, and heavy through the backs of your chest as well. Upper back, shoulder blades. Hands are by your side. You're going to get nice and heavy in your feet. Little tuck of the pelvis, so curling that tailbone up a little bit. And then you press into your feet to lift your hips. And then you lower down. So if you feel any discomfort in your back, you have a couple options. First, make sure you're engaging your abdominals or add a little pelvic tilt posteriorly, so taking that tailbone and curling it towards your ribs. And then you could roll it from there. I want you to think reaching long through your knees, engaging in your thighs, but they're not touching. And that'll help with some more glute and leg activation. And just going at your own pace here. Pressing through those feet, exhale, lifting into that bridge. Think about distributing some weight through the backs of your shoulder. This is a good place if this is too easy. If you have a band, add the band around your knees or add the ball between your knees. It's totally optional, but this is a good place where you can make it more challenging if you want. If you don't have those things, you can bring your arms up off the mat for less support. And again, don't forget to draw on abdominals, exhaling as you lift, inhaling as you lower. 4 more here. Last 3. Last 2. On this last one, we're going to hold from here. Really make sure you've got those abdominals on. Belly's drawn up into spine. And from here, little foot lift. So I want you to think heavy across opposite shoulder and opposite foot. So if you're lifting left foot, left shoulder, right foot are nice and heavy. This foot lift can be really, really subtle and light, or you can bring your leg all the way up to tabletop. The goal is that we keep our pelvis nice and level. Again, if you have discomfort in your low back, you might need to lower your bridge a little bit, or do a little reset, tuck of the pelvis, curling tailbone up. But I want you to really think about heavy through opposite shoulder and opposite foot. Left foot lifts, heavy through left shoulder, right foot. Right foot lifts, heavy through left foot and right shoulder. And breathe here. Two more each side. Last one each side. Last one here. And then I want you to slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Pelvis is the last to touch. You bring your knees to chest. Do a little rock side to side. And then our feet are going to come back down to the mat. We're going to go back into that bridge. So we press through the feet, engage abdominals, we lift our hips. And from here, we're lifting our heels. So toes stay on the mat. You're just lifting the heel. You're going to feel a burn throughout the backs of your legs. Just breathe through it. You got this. Keep going. Hopefully you're starting to feel that burn. Again, this is a place if you had the ball or the band, you can continue with that, or hands come off the mat. Keep going here. We got 10. We got 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Last 2. Last one. And again, roll down, give those legs a little shake. We've got one more bridge to do. We're going to do a frog bridge. So our feet are actually going to come together. So the outer parts of our feet are on the mat. Our knees are kind of out in that butterfly frog position. And then from here, hopefully you guys can see my feet where they're at. You're going to be pressing through that outer edge of the foot to lift the hips. So you find where it's comfortable for your feet. The closer they are to your bum, it'll be a little easier. It'll be harder the further they're out. And then when you're ready, you draw on abdominals, you press and you lift. Awesome. And again, no lifting through the back. It's not always about height here. Awesome job. Keep breathing. Again, hands can come up for less support. Totally fine by your side. Awesome. If this isn't comfortable for your hips or your knees, just go back to your regular bridge. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last one. Awesome job. Shake out those legs. We're done with those bridges. Now we're going to bring our feet back to the mat. Knees are bent, feet are heavy, pelvis is heavy, hips are even. So those two little hip bones are on one level. You can even place your hand like a triangle over your pelvis just to kind of check in with that. Small space in your low back, heavy through the backs of shoulder blades. Hands are going to come behind your head. Now if you have neck problems, just make sure your head's extra supported or don't go into the full curl. I can give you another option for that as well. So elbows will lift so that you can see them in your peripheral vision. This is super important. You nod your chin. You press through shoulder blades to come up into your ab curl just as far as you're comfortable. You keep that chin tuck and then you roll back down. So if that's comfortable for you, keep going there. If you have neck problems and that's not comfortable, keep your head on the mat, hands by your side, and just go into some hip folds. So legs going into tabletop. But if you're fine with the ab curl, hands behind your head, elbows lifted, chin tucked, pressing through ribs, anchoring at shoulder blades to curl up. So feeling the shake when you get there, and then back down. So really adding that chin tuck, pressing through ribs, anchoring at those bases of the shoulder blades, looking between the knees. And just go at your own pace here. Exhale as you curl. Inhale as you lower. Reset that chin tuck if you need to. Awesome job. Great job. And just keep going here. Hopefully you're starting to feel warm. You got 5 more. 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. We hold. And then we're going to add a rotation. So for this, you're rolling across your shoulder blades and looking right, rolling back through center, rolling across shoulder blades. So it's not take a break and rest your head, that's fine. Rolling across shoulder blades, 4 more. Last 2. Last one, you're going to roll back down. From here, hands by your side, we're going to do a couple hip folds here. Bring one leg to tabletop, so knee over hip, lower leg parallel with the floor. And then lowering down. Again, as we're doing this, hip bones stay level. You have that small space in low back, but your lower ribs are really heavy in the mat. And just take your time as each leg floats up. And then we'll get into our ab curl with the hip fold. And again, if you have a sore neck, you don't have to go into the ab curl here. On this next one, you're going to lift one leg to tabletop hold. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bring the other leg to tabletop. Hands come behind head. We're going to press into our ab curl. We're going to bring our hands to our right knee, keeping that chin nice and tucked. Right knee comes into chest, left leg extends, and then we switch. And switch. And switch. If your neck is not feeling great, you just lower your head back to the ground and do the exact same motion. I want you to think about being really anchored at your shoulder blades. So you're in that curl. So if you've lowered, really add in your curl. You're anchored at the shoulder blades. Your chin is still tucked. And you're still switching, switching, switching. Breathe. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees to your chest, lower that head down, and just rock side to side. That was great. Hopefully your abs are feeling that burn. We're going to come up into a kneeling position, but first take a sip of water if you need one. Very important, stay hydrated. And then we're going to be in kind of a high kneeling position. So I'm going to start with my left leg. Hopefully you can still see me. Oh, jeez. Okay, so my left leg is supporting me. My right leg goes long. My hands are going to go across my chest here. And we're on a bit of an angle, so you're really heavy in that leg that's extended. And we're just going to kind of go up and over. And then this side of our waist is going to bring us back up to that angle. So you're not going completely tall. So you're going up and over, wide across that chest, back to your angle. Up and over. So a little side bend to my left. If you're on the right leg supporting, you're going to the right. up and over. Stop at that angle, obliques holding you up and over. Awesome job. Feeling the burn, starting to sweat. Awesome job, we got 4 more. 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to take the hand of the supporting leg, so my left hand is coming down to the mat. And we're going to do a little elbow to knee crunch here, so my hand's going to come behind my head. And I'm going to bring my elbow and knee together. I'm going to reach long with my arm and my leg. Elbow and knee together, reach long. Elbow, knee, reach long. Reach long. If this hurts your wrist, you can go onto your forearm or a fist. If you have a yoga block, you can use that as well. Or you can take your pillow and kind of place it underneath. Your hand, reach long, crunch, reach. Really reach through those fingertips and toes. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, feeling everything burn. 1, and then we come lying on that side. So I'm going to be lying on my left side. Our knees are bent, so our feet are in line with our bum. My hand's going to be my pillow, just under my head. Small space between your waist and the mat, so you don't want to be sunken in here. You want to lengthen through that top waist. You've got a little peephole. Knees are bent and stacked. From here, you're going to lift your top leg to hip height. Abdominals engaged so that you can maintain that little peephole. Your knees touch, your heels touch. Like you're going over a rainbow, knees to knees, heels to heel. And you will feel the burn in that glute, knee to knee, heel to heel. Try not to wobble back and forth. And take your time. Breathe through it. You're going to really feel the burn. It's going to creep right up on you. Awesome job. Keep going. We got 5 more each way. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And then shake up that leg, give your bum a little massage. That's a tough one. Okay, we are going to do a little cat-cow, mobilize the spine. Now we're going to do a little cardio burst, because why not? So, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to round the back like an angry cat. We're going to sink the belly, look up, stick the bum out. So you're not shifting forward and back. Your hands and your knees are nice and heavy. You round the back like an angry angry cat. And then you sink the belly, look up. Now same thing here. If one range of motion isn't comfortable for your back, you can just do a very little cat-cow. It can be very subtle, or if it feels really good, enjoy the stretch. Take a deep inhale as you extend and reach up. In, exhale as you round, tucking bum under. Inhale as belly sinks and you look up. And round and exhale. 2 more each way. Again, if your neck's bothering you here, just don't add the neck into it. It's all coming from the back. Let's do 1 more. Awesome job. Okay, we're going to come into standing for our little cardio burst. So let me set my timer here. And I'm going to make sure that you guys can see me okay. That should be better, eh? You can see me fine? I don't have a good timer. We're going to do 30 seconds of 4 exercises. So we're going to be doing high knees, bum kicks, jump squats, and then some quick calf raises. So when you are ready, we're going to go into our high knees, bringing those knees as high as you possibly can. And 30 seconds starts now. High knees, getting that quick cardio in. Awesome job. I accidentally set my timer to 30 minutes, but I promise I won't make you do it that long. Keep going. Okay, now we go into bum kicks. Kicking our bums with our heels. 30 seconds here. Getting that heart rate up. Good job. You got about 10 more seconds here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We go into jump squats. If this bothers you, just take it easy, do a normal squat. Hands can go across your chest. They can come forward if you want. Whatever feels good for you. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. Keep going. Keep breathing. You got about 20 more seconds. And then we go into some calf raises. Okay. And go into those calf raises. Up on those toes. Try and go quick. But make sure you're heavy on those big toes too. Don't let your ankle go out to the side. We do not want to sprain your ankle here. Whew. Awesome job. We have a couple more. Oh, 1 second. And we're done. That little cardio burst. Take a sip of water. Holy moly. Hey, Rocco. And then we are going back into that 4-point position. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to do a little hip extension. So you're nice and supported through those hands. Make sure you can see me first. Eh? There we go. Okay, make sure the shoulder blades aren't sinking in. So you've got a nice tight core here, drawing belly button towards spine, extending one leg out. So I have my right leg out and just extending and lowering. Little extension, lower, extend, lower. Awesome job. Little extension. Getting the glutes prepped a little bit. And bring that knee back under. Slide the other leg out. And we lift. And you don't want to be lifting through your back, so it's not a big movement. It's quite small. You want to stay heavy in that supporting arm, so if left leg is lifting, you should be very heavy through that left arm. Five more. 4. If this is uncomfortable for the wrist, drop down to your forearms. 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee down. Shake out those wrists really quick. And then we're going to come into a little plank. Again, if your wrists are sore, you can make a fist. Add that pillow so your hands are angled down, or just go to your forearms. And really think about squeezing under armpits here. You're going into a high plank. So toes tucked under. From here, your bum is nice and low. You're nice and flat. You're not bumped out in the air and you're not sinking through your back. Once you're there, knee comes to chest and extend up. So we do 10 per side. Knee to chest and up. This is 3. This is 5. Couple more here. Last one. That hand comes down, drop your knees down. Shake out your wrists if you need to before we go to the other side. And then hands come back down to the mat. Toes tucked under, and then we start the other side. Knee comes to chest and extend back. This is 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come back down. Oh my god, that felt really hard. And then we're going to go to the other side for our lateral work. So into that high kneeling, somewhat high kneeling position, where we kind of go over to the side and back up. Oh my god, I am sweating over here. So my right leg is supporting me. My left leg is out to the side, nice and heavy through that left leg. I'm going to move back so you can see me a little better. So hands across chest, shoulders are wide, draw those abdominals in. And we go over, back up to the little diagonal, and over to the side. Little side crunch. Staying heavy in that foot, really press down with that foot. Awesome job. Awesome, you got 4 more. 3, 2, and 1, and then we bring that hand to the mat. Hand behind head. We bring knee and elbow together. We reach and stretch long. Elbow and knee together. We reach and we stretch long. Knee, elbow, stretch. And breathe as you wish here. I like to exhale as I reach. Knee and elbow. Awesome job. Let's do 6 more. Last 5. Feel everything here. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And then we come all the way down to lie on our side for our hip rotation. So again, I'm using my arm as my pillow. My knees are bent. My heels are in line with my bum. Starting with my knees stacked, we're going to lengthen through that top waist. So we have a little pull on our lower waist in the mat. We draw in abdominals, we lift top leg to hip height. Knee comes to knee, heel comes to heel. Knee to knee, heel to heel. Trying to keep your pelvis and waist stable. Nothing's going forward and back. We're sinking side to side. Staying lengthened through that top hip. And you're going to start to feel the burn anytime now. Awesome job. Last 10. Last 9. You got 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Oh my lord. 3. 2. And 1. Shake out that bum, give it a little rub. And then we go onto our stomach. So I like to put either like my water bottle underneath my forehead. If you have that little pillow, then I encourage you to put the pillow just so your face isn't smothered into the mat. And then once you're there, they're going to come beside me like cactus arms. So 90-degree angle in the elbow. Elbow is in line with shoulder. So both of them are like this. Pubic bone is heavy on the mat. And all you're doing is hovering your forearm on the floor. So I don't want you to think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. I want you to think about your shoulder blades being nice and flat along the back and just hovering that forearm. So it'll look like this. And lower. Little hover. So you're not squeezing anything together. Shoulder blades stay flat and you hover. So you should feel a ton of work in your shoulder blades, but they're not squeezing together. They stay flat. And just keep breathing. The tendency is that you're going to want to squeeze them together. It takes a lot of work to just hold those shoulder blades flat along your rib cage and just hover the forearms. We got 6 more. We got 4 more. 3, 2, 1. And then from here, we're going to take the pillow out, just kind of put it to the side. We're going to place our hands underneath our forehead. Again, pubic bone is nice and heavy on the mat. And from here, hands are resting underneath our forehead. We lift with our upper back and lower. So again, drawing abdominals in so pubic bone is nice and heavy along the mat so you don't get compression in the low back. You're just lifting through your upper back. So you lift for 10, for 9, and energize through those legs if you need a little bit. You're heavy through those feet. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Again, you can take your pillow or keep your hands underneath your forehead here. We're going to do a little bit of hamstring kicks. So we'll start with a single leg hamstring kick. So my hands are just going to go under my forehead. And then from here, you're just going to keep your toes pointed. A little double kick on the left and then double kick on the right. Now, same rules apply. Pelvis and pubic bone heavy on the mat so that you're not getting that bouncing motion in the low back as you do this. So it's nice and controlled. And hopefully you'll feel your hamstrings in the back of your thigh engaging. Keeping everything else nice and stable. So it's a double kick and lower. And a double kick and lower. Good job. Keep going here. Double kick. Double kick. 1 more each side. Last one here. And then take your pillow, place it under your forehead again. Hands come on your back. From here, you're going to double leg kick. Both legs kick 3 times. You lift your upper back and reach legs long, arms reach long, and then hands come back to back, and then knees bend. You kick 3 times, 2, 3. You reach long, arms are back, feet are back, and you lower back down to your starting position. You go 1, 2, 3. Reach and lifting through chest and breastbone and lower down. 1, 2, 3. Reach. So again, making sure you're not bouncing and jarring through that low back here. 1, 2, 3. Reach. We got 4 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last 2. Last one. Awesome job. From here, heels come together, toes are pointed out, so you've got a little bit of rotation outwards. And your hips here. And you're going to lift your feet up. So my hands are just by my face for support. But you're just going to lift your feet up off the ground, pubic bone is heavy, and we beat our heels together. We'll do 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Last 10, you're beating those heels. 9, inner thighs are burning. 7, 6, 5. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Shake out those legs. We'll go into our little cool down now. Take a sip of water if you need it. Hands are by our face. We're going to go into Swan. Head is just resting on that pillow. Pubic bone is heavy, energized through the legs. We hover the head so that we're looking down at our mat. We start to look beyond the mat as if we're rolling a marble away with our nose. From here, you press through your hands and reach and lift through breastbone. You just press up as high as you are comfortable for your body. This could be low, this could be super high. Try and keep your hips on the mat. And then we slowly lower back down. We take a deep inhale to hover the head. We exhale as you roll that marble away with the nose. We take a deep inhale. We peel the chest. Keep the hips heavy. And then we lower back down. We do it again. We inhale and we hover the head. We exhale and roll that marble away. We inhale and peel the chest up. And then we exhale, lower down 2 more. We hover the head. We look beyond the mat. We peel that chest off the mat. And then we slowly lower back down. The last one here. We hover the head. Look beyond the mat. And on this one, we're going to peel. You're going to hold wherever you're comfortable. If you have to move your hands, that's okay. And just enjoy the stretch. Take a deep inhale and then exhale. And then you're going to shift your weight so that your hips go towards your heels. So I'm coming onto my knees. My hips go back. And then I sit back on my heels and reach long. We're into a child's pose here. And just reaching long through your hands. And then we're going to come back over our hands and we're going to lay on our back for a little stretch here. We're going to go into a little butterfly pose. So feet are together, knees just fall out to the side. One hand can be on your chest, one can be on your diaphragm or your stomach. You're going to inhale through your nose so that your hand on your stomach lifts. Exhale, hand lowers. So just enjoy this stretch. Focus on your breathing. One more here. And then knees come up, feet are flat. We take one leg, cross that ankle over opposite knee or thigh. We take our hands, put it through the peephole, bring that knee to chest, getting a nice stretch through the glute. And just hold and breathe. If you want an extra stretch, then just flex that foot up. And then lower that foot down and you will switch, so other ankle comes up to other thigh. Hands go through the little peephole, knee comes to chest. If you want more of a stretch, you flex that top foot and you hold and you breathe. And then that leg comes down. Knees are bent. We grab onto our left thigh, back of the knee. So knees just over hip. And we're just going to straighten and bend the leg. So a little bit of a dynamic hamstring stretch here. Just take your time. Do about 10 reps per side. And you can just go at your own pace, count your own 10 so that it feels good for you. Last couple. And then we'll switch when you're done your 10 and start on the other side. Just a gentle extension of the knee and then it bends back down. Shouldn't be painful, just go to where it's comfortable for you. Good, and when you're done your 10, you bring that leg back down. We'll do a couple pelvic tilts just to finish off, so tipping that tailbone and then curling it towards your face. Little tip, inhale, curl, exhale. You tip and you curl. And again, this should be comfortable, so you decide how far into the range you want to go. Awesome job, and then you're going to bring those knees to the chest. Just rock side to side. And then we're going to come up to sitting. We're going to come up to standing. And then my favorite part of all, we're going to shake it out. Just shake it out. Shake out all your worries from the week as you start this lovely Saturday. Shake it all out, all the bad energy.
Thank you so much for joining me for another Pilates workout. I hope you all enjoyed this 45 minutes of movement, and I'm looking forward to making more videos for you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on the latest videos.